Greetings everyone, you are welcome to this video tutorial. This is part 3 of getting started with IDE programming using Java NetBeans. In part 1 and part 2 we have already covered relationship among project, form and controls, creating new application, designing, coding and running, J option pane, button control, label control, text field control, password control, radio button control, text area control and checkbox control. Now in part 3 we will cover list control and combo box control. Now let us see what is list control. A list is a scrollable set of items used to get one or more options out of several given options which may or may not be mutually exclusive. So if you look at the swing control palette, your list control looks like this. Lists are preferred over checkboxes when there are large number of options. And in such case, using checkboxes may take up a lot of space on the form and it may also be inconvenient for the user to select the desired options. So if we have large number of options to select from, list control is always preferable than checkboxes. Now let us see few properties and methods of list control. There are various other properties which you can find in the property window. We are discussing only selected properties and methods. Now the first property is model. It contains the values to be displayed in the list. By default, the model property of the list has values as item 1, item 2 and so on. So by default the values are this, and when we are creating our own list, we can always change these values and give our own values. The next property is selected index. It contains the index value of selected option of the control. So whatever option we select from the list, the selected index property contains the index value of the selected option. The next property is selection mode. Now there can be three modes in which a list control works. The first one is single. List box allows single selection only. So if we choose this mode, single mode, we can select only one single option from the list control. The next mode is single interval. If we select this mode, then list box allows single continuous selections of options using shift key of keyboard. So we can select single continuous selections. Continuous is very important. Continuous selections can be made from the list control, and that can be made using shift key of keyboard. And the next mode is multiple interval. In this mode, list box allows multiple selections of options using control key of keyboard. So we can select multiple options from the list control, and to select the multiple options, we have to use the control key of keyboard. So by default, the selection mode property of a list control is set to multiple interval, so that the user can select multiple items from the list. And you can always choose the desired mode according to your need. Now let us consider a few methods. The first one is get selected value. This method returns the selected value only when only a single item is selected, and if multiple items are selected, then it returns the first selected value, and it returns null in case no item is selected from the list control. And its usage is like this. If JList1 is the name of the list box which we have created in the form, then we can use this method like this, JList1 dot get selected value. And next is get selected index. It returns the selected index. Again, the same thing is applicable here. If multiple items are selected, then it returns the first index number of the first selected option. And it can also be used like this, JList1. If this is the name of the list control which we have created, then we can write down like this, JList1 dot get selected index. The next one is selected index. This method returns true if the specified index is selected, otherwise it returns false. So if B is a Boolean type variable, so we can use it like this: Boolean B is equal to JList1 dot is selected index. So this will return true if the if the specified index is selected. Otherwise, it will return false. Now let us take an example of list control. So suppose the program is we have to create this type of form, and on click of the button, the index number and the river name selected from the list should be displayed in the respective text fields. So we are creating a list control of the names of the rivers, and when we click the button, the index number and the river name of the selected option should be displayed in these text fields. Now, so to do this, we will first go to the designing part and then we will do the coding part. And before that, it is very important to note that the index numbers of a list control, they always start from 0. Now, in the designing part, we will first add the list control. To add the list control, drag and drop the list control from swing palette into the design area. Now select the list component by clicking on it. When you do this, its properties will open in the property window. Now from the property window, choose the model property of the list control and enter the set of desired values. So you can see here, this is the model property of list control, and by default the values are item 1, item 2, item 3 and so on. So when you click on this, this window will open up, and in this window you can remove these values and you can enter values of your choice. So here we will write Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati, etc. The names of the river which we want to display in the list. After adding the list, we will add the text fields. These are the two text fields which are added. So we'll drag and drop the text fields from the swing palette into the design area. Then we will first remove the default text which is set in the text property of the text field. Now the next step is to add a label. We have to add the label Rivers of India. To add this, we will drag and drop the label from the swing palette into the design area and set Rivers of India in the text property of text field. The last step is to add a button. So we drag and drop the button from the swing palette into the design area and set click in the text property. So you can see here the text property is changed to click. Now the design part is over. Let us go to the coding part. Now in the coding part, we will go to the code window by double clicking on the button, or we can switch it from the from design area to code window also. And then we have to write down these following codes for text field 1 and text field 2. In text field 1, we want the index number to be displayed. So we will write down the command jtextfield1 dot set text and within double quotes plus jlist1 dot get selected index. So it will return the index number of the option selected from the list, and in the second text field we want to display the value of the option. So we will write down the command jtextfield2 dot set text double quotes plus jlist1 dot get selected value. So this function will return the value selected, and get selected index function method will return the index which we have selected. And we have given these double quotes because the value which it is returning is of integer type and we need to convert it to text. You can see here, this is the proper code. On the click of the method of the click event of the J button 1, we will write these two codes. So when we click, suppose I have selected Yamuna here from the list. So when I will click on this button, the index value of this is 1 because the index number start from 0, and Ganga will have the index number 0, Yamuna will have 1 and Saraswati will have 2. So it will display 1 as the index number, and the value of the option selected is Yamuna, which will be displayed in text field 2 using the function get selected value, and index is displayed using the function get selected index. Now let us talk about combo box control. A combo box is a drop-down box of items used to get one option out of several given mutually exclusive options. It is very important to note that in the case of combo box, we can select only one option, and it is a drop-down box of items. And in the swing control palette, you can see the combo box looks like this. Now combo box are preferred over radio button when there are large number of options. and in such case using radio buttons may take up a lot of space on the form, and it may also be inconvenient for the user to select the desired options. So if we have large number of buttons to be displayed on the form, then instead of using radio button, combo box is a preferred choice. Now let us see few important properties and methods of combo box. Now the first property is again a model property which we did in list control also. It contains the values to be displayed. So whatever value we need to display in combo box, they will be set using the model property of combo box. Then the next is selected index or selected item. These are two properties, and the selected index contains the index value and selected item contains the selected item of the selected option of the control. So whatever option we select from the combo box, selected index contains the index value of that option, and selected item contains the selected item, the value of the option which we have selected from the combo box. Now let us see few important methods. The first one is get selected item. It returns the selected value. And so if we write, if J combo box 1 is the combo box which we have created in the design area, we can use it like this: J combo box 1 dot get selected item. And the next is get selected index. It returns the selected index, and we can use it like this. Instead of boolean, it should be int b is equal to J combo box 1 dot get selected index. So it will return the index number of the option which we have selected. This method will return the value of the option which we have selected. The next is set model. It sets the data model that the combo box uses to get its list of elements. So we can we can use it like this: J combo box 1 dot set model, and then combo box model. Now let us take an example of combo box control. Now the first part is the designing part, and the question is again the same question. We will create a combo box of the names of the river, and then on the click of the button, we will it will display the name of the river which we have selected. So we will first add in the design part, we will first add the combo box control. We will drag and drop the combo box control from the swing palette into the design area, and then select the combo box component by double clicking on it. So when we do this, its properties will open in the property window. You can see these are the properties of combo box. And then from these properties, select the model property. You can see by default the properties are the values of the model are item 1, item 2, item 3, item 4, and then you can change these values to the to enter the set of desired values. So here instead of item 1 and item 2, we will write down the names of the river according to our question. Now after adding the combo box, we will add the text field. We will drag and drop the text field from the swing palette into the design area. See, you can see here, this is the text field, and we will remove the default text which is set in the text property of the text field. Next is the label. We will drag and drop the label from the swing palette into the design area, and we will set the rivers of India in the text property of the text field. So when set, it will look like this. The last is the adding button. We will drag and drop the button from the swing palette into the design area, and then set the click in the text property. The text property will be set to click. Now let us see the coding part. Now in the coding part, we will switch to the coding window first by double clicking on the J button, and we will add this code. J text field 1 dot set text double quotes plus J combo box 1 dot get selected item. So get selected item will return the name of the option which we have selected, the value of the option which we have selected. So if we have selected Saraswati, it will display Saraswati here. If I select something else, some other name of the river, then it will display the name of the river which we have selected from the combo box. So you can see here on the action of the event of this click button, we have written this code: J text field 1 dot set text double quotes plus J combo box 1 dot get selected item. We need to add these double quotes because it will return an integer value, and we need to convert it to a string to write it into the text field. Now let us again, before leaving, we must know the difference between the list control and combo box control. So you can see here, a list is a scrollable set of items. You can see it is a scrollable set of items, while combo box is a drop down box of items. You can see here the structure is different. It is a scrollable list, while combo box is a drop down list. Then list is used to get one or more options out of several given options, which may or may not be mutually exclusive. So you can select more than one option from the list, but combo box is used to get only one option out of several given mutually exclusive options. So this is all for this session. And if you like this video, kindly give thumbs up, and you can also subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you.